We're here with Bryan Busby, Chief Meteorologist at KMBC-TV in Kansas City, who's the 2011 recipient of the AMS Award for Broadcast Meteorology. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
You're receiving this award for outstanding weather communication, mentorship, and sustained dedication to the public, as well as service to the AMS broadcast community. Tell us a little about your style of weather communication. How do you connect with viewers and the community?
Well, I think it has to do with the fact that, I don't know about you, but if a doctor tells me my condition in Latin, I don't feel as comfortable if he just tells me, oh, you just have a sore throat. Same thing with us. We can talk the verbiage, we can talk in long words, but not everybody goes through dynamic meteorology. Therefore, the only way to relate to them is to give them an analogy or another term that they can relate to. And hopefully, through that, there's some tacit education. They don't know that they're learning while just listening. That's the key.
Now, your online bio lists fun, interaction, and community outreach as key ingredients to your success. How do you deliver these while also making sure viewers will understand forecasts and make good weather decisions?
I think you just have to mix it up in that, and you can't lecture. You cannot lecture. You have to have at least some graphics that make sense. You have to relate to exactly what they have in mind, so you will find yourself saying, and if you're going to mow the lawn, this is the best time to do it. If you're going to put up your decorations, this is the best time to do it. And those things resonate with people. So I think you have to have fun. Don't take yourself seriously. Take the science seriously. And I think when the weather is serious, when we're talking tornadoes, when we are talking severe thunderstorms, people remember that and say, okay, this is the guy who can keep me safe and keep me calm. And that's the most important thing as well. You don't want to alarm people.
Very good. What is one of the most wild and entertaining moments you've ever had on air? And how about the most compelling?
If you do a YouTube search, it's a piece of video. Every year for Groundhog Day, they do something for me. They will superimpose a groundhog or something like that. So every year I'm a little paranoid to know what's going to happen this Groundhog Day. Well, this one particular year, I think it was in '95, they decided to hire somebody in a groundhog costume. I will tell you, though, the lights blinded me, so I didn't see. I just saw this furry thing heading toward me. And I don't know if you remember, there was this clip from Russia, a muzzled circus bear that just started pummeling this lady, this interviewer. And I saw that 2 weeks prior. So in my way of thinking, as I'm seeing this shadowy figure head toward me, I'm thinking, okay, they hired a circus bear. So I let out a squeal, not a very masculine testosterone-filled. It was a pretty high Vienna choir boy squeal. And that was probably the most embarrassing. When I see her come out of the shadows, it's like, okay, this lady with buck teeth in a groundhog costume. I felt really funny. The most compelling, I don't know if there's anything on air necessarily, but when you go out into the community, for example, I went to this nursing home, and this lady told me her whole life story, and she's one of my biggest fans. And I said, well, it must get lonely since she outlived her husband, and all the grandkids moved away, and all the kids moved away. She said, no, my friends visit me every day. You're one of them. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. So you just don't know what sort of connection you have with your audience, because you're only up there for 2-3 minutes max. And for them to glean something out of that, to feel comfortable enough to say something like that, still just blows me away.
When you first learned you were going to receive this award, what was your reaction?
I was shocked. I was humbled. When you read the list of other people who have received this in the past and for what they did, and I'm proud to say I know most of these guys and gals who've been recipients of the awards from the AMS. I just didn't know if I should be in that company. You know, I do what I do. I've been blessed to be in this business since freshman year at St. Louis University, and I haven't looked back since. But to have somebody else recognize your contribution is just very humbling. And when I found out who wrote the letters, I had to call them up and say thank you. It's cool.
What words of experience would you share with those wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Keep it simple. Know that you are not going to stop people's perceptions of the science. But I will say that you would tend to think we want people who are communicators to be the best that they can be, since they are the ambassadors of our science. getting back to not everybody speaks the jargon, not everybody speaks the language. So if you can have somebody who is a good representative of the science of meteorology out there, try to make it simple, try to do the best forecast you can through education and through mentoring. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have over 40-plus ex-interns who are now gainfully employed all over the United States, so pay it forward.